Hi guys, in today's session, we are going to talk about one of the most usable module of Python programming, which is iter-tools. Guys, I'm very excited for this lecture, and end of this lecture, you will have more confident about iter-tools and its features. So guys, initially, what is iter-tool and what makes it special? So guys, it is a Python module which support the Python version 3 or later. And this module is very efficient for memory management and execute the task very fast, specifically on Python data structure. Okay. And using this module, you can easily iterate over the data structure that can be stabbed over using a for loop. And guys, you know very well, all the data structure are iterable, which is list, set, tuple, dictionary, right? And really, iter tools is very efficient for the iteration. So today you will see how the iter tools are very powerful on the data structure and how we can enhance the readability and organize our Python code in an elegant way using the iter tools. Okay. So guys, let's go to the Jupyter notebook. So first of all, I have created the number of list. Okay. Now I'm going to import the module, which is iter tools. Fine. Now let me show you the property or method from the iter tools. So simple print dir iter tools. Okay. So guys, these are the property or method of iter tools. So we will discuss most of them, which are very useful for you. Okay. So let me iterate a loop over my list, which is number. For I in iter tools, and I'm using here the accumulate. Okay. And inside the parenthesis, I'm going to pass my the list, which is number. Fine. Now, so guys, what does the accumulate? So accumulate means running total. Okay. So running total means first you will have 7, then you will add 2, then become 9 and 15 and 18 and so on. Okay. Now I am going to print the each value from my list with the accumulate. Now you can see that. So you will have cumulative sum from your each digit from your list. Now let's take another example from the iter tools. So for I in iter tools, now I am using the count. So see guys, what does count? So guys, count is nothing, it's an infinite iterator. First of all, you need to pass your starting position from where you want to start our loop. So I want to start my loop from 10. And after that, you need to define your step size. So here my step size could be anything. As of now, I'm going to pass the 2. But here, I'm not going to define any stop iteration. Then what will happen? Our program will run infinite time. Let me show you this one. Okay. So what I'm doing, I need to have a breakpoint in our program. So first of all, let me interrupt this. And now I'm going to define a condition where my value becomes 30. Then I will break my program, else I will print the value of I, right? This one. Okay. So these things you need to remember. Count is an infinite iterator. And in the same way, another iterator, which is cycle, this is also an infinite iterator. Okay. So let me show you the how we can use the cycle. So guys, here you can see that every time I am using the iter tools and their method, right? So I don't want write this word every time. So what can I do? From iter tools, import this one. So when you are going to define asterisk, it means I'm going to use all the properties or method for that specific library, right? So now let me show you the what does the cycle. Now simple, you can type here cycle instead of iter tools.cycle. This one. So here return elements from the iterable until it is exhausted. Okay. Then repeat the sequence. Fine. Now how we can use it? So simple, let me close this. And I am going to insert some of the cell. For inserting the cell, you can press escape and B when you are going to insert the downside. When you are going to the upside, then you can have escape A, right? So I'm taking a variable which is J, and the J I'm going to start from 0. Now for I in simple, you can use cycle. And here, let's say I want to repeat some of the specific string, which is 3 to 1. So just cycling over the string, okay? Let me change the spell. But here you need to remember one thing. This is also an infinite iterator, right? So here you also specify your stop iteration. Otherwise, this particular loop will run infinite time, right? So what I'm doing here, if my count is greater than equal to, or let's say only greater than 15, then I want to break my program. Else, I want to print this particular cycle, this one. And after that, I'm going to have j equal to j plus 1. And here it should be j. Fine. Now you can see that 3 to 1, 3 to 1, 3 to 1. How many times it will run? 14 times it will run. Okay, so these things you need to remember. Now, let's say in case I want to repeat something without the looping concept. Okay, so how can I do that? So print list, which is repeat. Repeat is also the part of your iter tool. Repeat. What you want to repeat? I want to repeat a specific string. How many times? For an example, 5 times. Then you can repeat that. Right? You can see repeat. Okay. Now, guys, I am going to move the very important feature of this particular session, which is combinatoric iterator. Let me write here. So guys, using this, we can perform lots of operations such as permutation, combination, and Cartesian products, which makes rich for the iter tools. Okay, let me show you some of the example. That's a print Cartesian product. Okay, now simple, I am using here the list, and here I am using iter tools dot product, or you can directly use product. And here I'm going to pass, see, you can pass iterables and how many times you want to repeat. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm going to pass, let's say, any string which is abc. The string is also the iterable, and here I'm going to pass the list which is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so guys, here we are getting the result in the form of Cartesian product. So it means we will have all possible ordered pair from these two sets, which is abc and 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's take another example based on product. So what I'm doing, print list and product, and here I'm going to pass a list which is a and b and c. After that, I'm using the range, let's say 2. So do you know very well, range will start from 0, 1, right? So you will have the combination of 0 and 1. Okay, so see, a, which is 0, a for 1, then I have b, b0 and b for 1, and the same for c. Okay, and let's say if I am using here, which is number, sorry, it's number. And now if I'm using here print list product, this one, now I am using my args, which is this one, and here I'm going to pass my number. Okay, so you can see product and okay. So guys, in the list we have only the numbers. So what we can have, let me change the number. Let's say number equal to what I want. I'm going to have, let's say 787, 8, 9, and here I'm going to define which is 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let me execute this. Here I am using list of list. Now in case if I'm going to pass list of list, then see what will happen. So we will have all the Cartesian product, which is 7 and 4, then 7 and 5, then 7 and 6, then 8 and 4, 8 and 5, then 8 and 6. Okay, then once again, which is 9, 4 and 9, 5 and 9, 6. Okay, so I hope you understood the concept of product. Now I am moving to the permutation. Let me write here permutation. So guys, what is the permutation? So I hope you got this concept in your schooling. So using permutation, we can have any of the different ways in which a set of things can be ordered. Fine. So let me give you an example so that you can easily understand how we can use permutation in Python. So simple print list. Eventually, this is also the property of your iter tools. You can see that permutation, and we have combination as well. This one, right? So here I am using, and I'm going to define any of the string, which is, let's say, X, Y, Z, and I want the combination of each two character, which is, you can mention here, two. So you can see that XY, XZ, YX, YZ, ZX, and ZY. Fine. Now, once again, I am giving you another example based on permutation. So permutation, and here I am using, let's say, range, which is 1 to 4, and the combination I want, let's say, for the 2. You will have this one. Okay, you can iterate a loop as well. How? Let's say for I in permutation, and here I'm going to pass any of the iterable, which is A, B, and C. Then I can define a loop, which is I. This one. So you can see ABC, ACB, all the possible combination you will have. Okay. So guys, I hope you understood the concept of permutation. Now I'm going to move the combination. So combination means you will have all possible combination. Let's say print list and ABC, sorry, which is combination, and ABC and 2 here, right? But the same thing if I am using in the permutation, see what will happen. Okay, so you will have more combination. See, let's take another example based on combination with replacement. Let's say I'm going to use here print and list, and I'm using combination with replacement. And here I'm going to define a string which is 1, 2, 3. It could be anything, right? Which is 2. So what is happening here? So first of all, 1, the combination with the replacement 1, then 1, then 2, then 1 and 3. Now the turn of 2, right? Then 2 then becomes 2, then 2 for 3, then 3 for 3. So it will not go to the left side. Okay. So here individual element have successive repeats. These things you need to remember while you are using combination with replacement. Okay. So guys, now I am moving to the list comprehension, and we will be use combination and permutation. Okay. Let's say I want to repeat some of the number. Let's say I am taking a list which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am asking very basic question. How you can generate the combination of 3 digits? Those 3 digits could be anything, but each combination result sum should be 10. Let's say if I am going to have 2, 3, and 5, we'll have 10. And let's say 1, 4, 5, then we'll have 10. Then how we can generate? So you can pause the video and you can post your comment. Okay, now I'm going to tell you how we can do that. So here I'm using the list comprehension. So print result for result in combination. And here you can pass your number, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can pass your iterable, which is list. The combination I want in the form of 3 digit, it could be anything. And here I'm going to specify my condition, which is if sum of your result equal to 10. Now you can see that. So we have 3 combination, which is 136, 145, and 235. But the same answer I want in the form of permutation, then we can have 136, 631, 316, 145, 415, 541. Okay, all possible combination, right? Okay. So guys, I hope you understood the concept of combination and permutation in greater details. Now let me tell you some of them, which is JIP longest. So simple let's say I'm taking a 2 list, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and y equal to any of the character which is A and B and C. Fine. Now I am going to specify here print list and zip longest, and here I'm going to define x comma y. So guys, this method continue until the longest iterable is exhausted. So longest iterable is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and fill the default value when the shortest argument exhausted. Okay, default value could be anything, but in case you will not specify the default value, so it's become none. Or in case you want to change it, then you can change it. See, I'm getting 1 and A, then 2 and B, and 3 and C, but the 4 and 5, I'm getting none. Okay, but in case you want to change, then you can change it. Let's say print list, which is zip longest, and here x comma y, I want, let's say fill value equal to, let's say x I want. So we can have x. Okay, very pretty method, right? Now let another one, which is slice. This is also very good method, and star map is also very good method. Okay, let's see how we can use them. So I'm going to print my list, which is number, or let me change the list once again, this one. Fine. Now let's say I want extract few numbers. So let's say part of number I want I slice, right? Now number and 4. Let me show you the intelligence list of slice. So here we have iterable and stop, or you can pass iterable, start, stop, and step as well. Okay, so let me copy this one. Okay, so here I'm going to pass only the numbers, which is my iterables, and the stop, which is 4. Okay, or let me define a loop for I in part of number. Now print the I. So guys, simple, you can slicing your list using the slice. So we are getting 7, then 2, then 6, and 3. First 4 number. Okay, now let me change it. So I want to start from, let's say 2. My stop will be on 9, and the step will be 2. So here I am going to starting from the 2, which is 6, and the next, which is step size is 2, then we'll have 5, the step size is once again 2, then 4 and 8, right? But in case you will change the 11, then you will have more. Okay, so guys, simple slice is nothing, is the slicing concept. Okay, now let me import the another library or module, which is operator. Using this operator, you can perform some arithmetic operation. Because why I am importing this particular module, because I'm going to show you how we can use star map. Okay, so I need the operator module as well. That's why I'm going to import, and here I'm going to have, let's say list, which is I'm going to pass iterables, which is 3 and 4 in the form of tuple, and 6 and 8, 4 and 8, right? Now what I want, let's say I am taking a variable which is x equal to star map, and the operator dot, I want, let's say power of each number, and here I am using the list. Fine. Now for I in x, and print the I. Or let me change the some number. Let's say I want is 3, and I want only the 4 times. For an example, I want 2, or I want, let's say 4 times. Now you can see that. So guys, here what is happening, here are the 3, and you can power 4 times, then it's become 81. Now let me change, let's say 5, I want, let's say 3 times, so it's become 125, and then 2, the power which is 4, then you will have 16. Fine. I hope you understood lots of concept from the Python ITER tools modules. So guys, what is the benefit of ITER tools? So here, all of the data is not stored in the memory at the same time. Fine. Reducing memory uses can reduce swapping and other side effect of large dataset. So using ITER tool, it will increasing your program performance. So guys, here you can see that how Python programming is so powerful. And really, I love how beautiful and clear Python syntax is compared to many other programming languages. Please do practice as much as you can and let me know in the comment if you have any question on it. Okay. So guys, thanks for watching. Keep practice and have a great day.